Hey, hey, happy Monday. So, I know I've talked about Grace before, so I want to let you know about our weekend. Yesterday, Grace and I went to a musical at a local theater called Margaritaville. And it was really, really good. It was it was long. It was like 2.5 hours long. And I just have to say, she did so awesome. She sat on my lap most of the time, which was fine. We had like no one sitting near us at all. And then, the people behind us sat in between the seats. Like, you could definitely see it. It's a professional theater. But she did so good, and there was a lot of music. It's just definitely a musical, but there are some talking, acting parts, as you know. So she didn't like the talking too much. She signed more for the music. It's just so nice to watch things like in her eyes. We put her glasses on because we were kind of far from the stage, but you could definitely see. And when it first started, and they always open, with a song, she was like really, really into it. Like I said, when they started talking, she was signing all done and signing more. So we had a good time. We were there from say 1:30 till about 4:30. It started at 2, and then we went to dinner afterwards. We did go with friends that this young woman that used to babysit her. We've known her for about eight or 9 years. So her and her mom, and I'm friends with her mom too. So it was nice. We had a really nice Sunday, and then we came home. Gosh, I think we got home like close to 7, which was, I figured as much anyway. And the one thing that I worry about when it's just her and I is her bowel movements. It's just one of those things that just like drives me crazy that it's not consistent. And then I knew she had to have a bowel movement anyways over the weekend, and of course I would rather her do it, at home, or we put her on the potty a couple times. But she gets excited, and she always has bowel movement. So I did have to change her when we got there. I just changed her in the car. Life of a special needs mom. You change where you can. And in the back of the car, I have wipes and diapers and everything that I need, so that if I need to change her, I can. So I did, when we got there. And then after the musical, of course, it was 2.5 hours long. I had to change her again, but I had help at that point. But now they just built this brand new theater. They just renovated the whole thing, new bathrooms and everything. And they did put in a baby fold out, but it's not the same. If you have an adult or a teenager that's in diapers and that has special needs, you really should have. Maybe they have 2 handicap bathrooms. Maybe they should have put, one of those. I'm not saying like a big lounge chair, a table, but you can probably get one that they can put in. I might recommend it to them. I had a chuck, so I put the chuck on the floor and I laid her on the floor. It was fine. It worked. We go to New York, and the New York Thruway has new family bathrooms. And we use Grace is tiny, so we're still at the point where we can still use the the baby, but it's, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. She is tiny. She's going to be 15, and she still, weighs between 50 and 60 pounds. So she's definitely tiny. But as she gets older, it's just the dignity thing, right? Just want to make sure that she has dignity, that you're giving her that respect of dignity, So, all right, that's my story this morning. We had a good weekend. I hope you all had a good weekend. Just quickly, I am at 200.0 pounds. So by next week, I'm hoping to drop and get under that 200, which would be the first time in my adult life. So I am taking the GLP-1 compound tirzepatide from Orderly Meds. It's compounded. I do pay about $600 for a 2-month supply. and I've done pretty well on this one. I started the 15 whatever it is, 15 milligram dose in June, and I want to say June, beginning of June, and I'm already down about 15 pounds, so it's gone really well, and it really does suppress the appetite, which it's supposed to, and then it's a mind, I don't want to say a mind game, but it is. I mean, just cautious of what you eat, and trying to eat more protein throughout the day and drink more water. I didn't drink a lot of water this weekend. I don't know, Saturday, I can't even remember. Oh, I watched 5 Star Weekend. So if you have the opportunity to watch that on Peacock, I highly recommend it. I watched all 8 episodes. It was really good. It's definitely a chick flick episode series, My husband was watching it. He was like, "Oh, this is stupid." I'm like, "Dude, it's a chick flick, It's I have plans to go see an old friend in New Jersey in September. So, I'm really excited about that. Well, car, come on. The car could have gone. I was in the breakdown lane. Come on. Sheesh. All right, anyway. Hope you're all doing well, and peace out. Happy Monday.